IFNet KE. My name is Evans and this is the second video on my channel. In this video I'm going to show or demonstrate on how to configure trunks on Cisco Packet Tracer. Welcome. So on this activity we're going to configure trunks. We have an addressing table here that shows the addresses of PCs, and also we have the switch ports and VLANs. The objective is to verify VLANs and then configure trunks. Trunks are required to pass VLAN information between switches. A port on a switch is either an access port or a trunk port. Access ports carry traffic from a specific VLAN assigned to the port, and a trunk port by default is a member of all VLANs. Therefore, it will carry traffic for all VLANs. In this activity, we focus on creating trunk ports and assigning them to a native VLAN other than the default. Instruction: we're going to verify VLANs on part 1. Step 1, display the current VLANs. On S1, issue the command that will display all VLANs configured, and there should be 10 VLANs in total. And notice that all 26 access ports on the switch are assigned to VLAN 1. So on S1, enable show VLAN brief is the command that will show the VLANs. So you can see there are just 10 VLANs that have been configured. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and all the 26 access ports are assigned to the default VLAN, which is VLAN 1. On S2 and S3, display and verify that all VLANs are configured and assigned to the correct switch ports according to the addressing table. So according to this addressing table, we have on S2, Fast Ethernet 11 is on VLAN 10, Fast Ethernet 18 is on VLAN 20, Fast Ethernet 6 is on VLAN 30, and as well the Fast Ethernet on S3 is on VLAN 10, on S3 Fast Ethernet 18 is on VLAN 20, Fast Ethernet 6 on S3 is on VLAN 30. Let's confirm that. On S2, enable show VLAN brief. As you can see, Fast Ethernet 11 is active on VLAN 10, and on VLAN 20 we have Fast Ethernet 18, and on VLAN 30 we have Fast Ethernet 6. These three switch ports are the ones that are now not on the default VLAN, but they are on specific VLANs, as we've seen. On S3, we can verify that as well. Show VLAN brief. As you can see, Fast Ethernet 11, that interface is on VLAN 10, and Fast Ethernet 18 is on VLAN 20, Fast Ethernet 6 is on VLAN 30. Now we're going to verify loss of connectivity between PCs on the same network, ping between hosts on the same VLAN on the different switches. Although PC1 and PC4 are on the same network, they cannot ping one another, and we'll see. Let's see that. PC1, from PC1 we can try to ping PC4. PC4 is this one here. It's on VLAN 10, and PC1 is also on VLAN 10, so they're on the same network but on different switches. We try to ping 172.17.10.24. They are on the same VLAN, so they're on the same subnet, but they cannot ping one another. As you can see, we can try pinging these two PCs on VLAN 20, PC2 and PC5. So command prompt, we can ping PC5, ping 172.17.20.25, and as you can see, they cannot ping one another. The same case with PC3 and PC6, they cannot ping one another, and the reason is because the ports connecting the switches are assigned to VLAN 1 by default. In order to provide connectivity between the PCs on the same network and VLAN, trunks must be configured. So we configure trunk on part 2. So basically what we are doing, we are trying to allow this link here to be able to carry all the traffic from all VLANs. That's what we are going to create. We are going to create a trunk here and a trunk here, so that these two links can be able to carry traffic from all VLANs, and that way the PCs on the same VLAN are going to communicate. But now this trunk cannot carry all that network, or all the traffic from all the VLANs, because it has not been configured as trunk, and these ports are assigned to the native VLAN. Remember, they are on VLAN 1 only, so they cannot carry traffic for VLAN 10, 20 and 30. So that's basically what we want to correct. On S1, we are going to configure trunk on S1 and use VLAN 99 as a native VLAN. So we have two ports that we're going to activate as trunk ports, that is gigabit Ethernet 01 and gigabit 02 on S1. Config T. Then we go to the interface. We can use the range because we are configuring S1 G01 and G02. So G01 to 2, and to make them trunk ports, we do switch port mode trunk. Now we've activated the two ports as trunks, as you can see, and we've changed the mode of these. They were access ports initially, but now they are trunk modes, and now we have to set the native VLAN for the trunks. Switch port trunk native VLAN 99. We've set the native VLAN for the trunks. The trunk ports take about a short time to become active due to spanning tree protocol. Click fast forward time to speed the process. After the ports become active, you will periodically receive the following syslog messages. Native VLAN mismatch is a message that we're going to receive on the switch. Native VLAN mismatch discovered on G02, which is 99, with S302, which is 1, the default, and also on S2 we have a mismatch on native VLAN. That says that here we've changed the native VLAN. Now it's no longer 1, it's 99, but here there is a mismatch, and trunks have to match. Although you have a native VLAN mismatch, pings between PCs on the same VLAN are now successful. We explain. We can try pinging now PC4 from PC2, and as you can see, we are getting replies. So how do we explain that? We explain that in that trunking here on this port has been activated in this one. There is what we call dynamic trunking protocol, and that protocol negotiates for trunking with the other ports. So this port is on trunking. It negotiated, DTB negotiated with this trunk to become a trunking port as well, and that is why we are able to ping, because DTP negotiated for trunking on S2 and S3. Which active VLANs are allowed to cross? So we're going to show interface trunk command to confirm that DTP has successfully negotiated trunking with S1 on S2 and S3. The output also displays information about the trunk interfaces on S2 and S3. You will learn more about DTP later. Which active VLANs are allowed to cross the trunk? So we check from S2. We show VLAN, show interfaces trunk show interfaces trunk on S2, and as you can see, gigabit 01, this port here on S2 is now a trunking port. The port is on trunk, and the VLANs that are allowed on that trunk, you can see them here. And from S3 we show the same, show interfaces trunk. As you can see, gigabit 02, this port here, is now on trunking. It's a trunking port, and the VLANs allowed are listed here. We correct the native VLAN mismatch on S2 and S3. We are going to configure VLAN 99 as the native VLAN for the appropriate interfaces on S2 and S3, and then we issue show interface trunk command. So we configure VLAN 99 as native VLAN to correct the mismatch that we can see on S2. We go to the interface, first config T, interface gigabit 01 on S2, and from here switch port trunk native VLAN is 99, and as you can see, we are receiving a syslog message saying that the port consistency has been restored. Now the native VLANs are matching. We do the same on S3, config T, and then interface G02, this is the port, enter, and from that interface switch port trunk native VLAN 99. As you can see, also port consistency has been restored, and from here you can see our completion is now 100%. We've configured everything correctly. We show VLAN, show interface. We need to show interVLAN or interface trunk command to verify the correct native VLAN configuration. So here we can show interfaces G0/1 switch port. We are looking for the native VLAN 99. It has been successfully configured, and we confirm on S3 as well. Show interfaces gigabit 0/2 switch port. As you can see as well, here we have VLAN 99. It has been configured as the native VLAN for the trunk port. Use show VLAN command to display information regarding configured VLANs on S2 and S3. Why is port gigabit 01 on S2 no longer assigned to VLAN 1? We can check on S2 G01. We want to see whether it's there. We use show VLAN brief. As you can see, this port on S2 is not listed anywhere on the VLANs, and this is just because VLAN ports or trunk ports are not listed, are not access ports, so they are not listed. Trunk ports are not listed. We can check from S3 to see whether this port, because it's a trunking port, whether it's listed. When we give the command show VLAN brief, you can see we don't have gigabit 02 listed anywhere. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. My name is Evans, and thank you for watching this video.